Hello, my ever afters. So I'm finally watching the GimmeSummer dance practice with their animal pajamas. So I was like thinking like, oh, well, obviously some of y'all told me about it, and I was like, oh, I'm like I haven't seen one of these in quite a while, but I'm also really excited because it kind of fits in with like the vibe of like the PJ part or like scenes from the GimmeSummer MV where they're kind of like messing around, kind of like having like a slumber party like vibe. So I think that's really cute, and I'm also curious to see like like what animal each of them like wore for like the PJs, but we're just gonna go ahead and watch y'all. Ah! Okay, so I think this is like supposed to be like a chick bunny. I don't know, this is a hamster. That's cute. Shark, dinosaur, penguin. I guess there's a lot of bunnies. Cute. Also bless these girls hard because I'm sure it must have been hot dancing in these PJs. I think it's a flying squirrel actually, not a hamster, because of like the wings. Cute. And then having their arms in the actual sleeves, like the little like flippers and stuff like that, or wings, like it's so cute. So yeah, they're two bunnies, yeah. Just different colored. Cute! Oh, again, I wish we could have seen Yoona do this with them. I will say, like, I think I kind of like this version more than the original. Not because, like, obviously, like, we got to see actual full choreo from that here. They kind of did zoom-in shots. But my thing was, I didn't mention it in the dance practice, but I did say, oh, I wish they, like, and I didn't finish what I was saying. But it's because, whenever they did, like, the floor work, you know how they use, like, a little, like, star, like, a shining star to, like, to cover, like, to censor, like, because I'm assuming, like, they saw something with, like, there's basically a malfunction in a way with their outfits, and I was like, okay, I wish they would have like made sure like before they filmed that they were gonna be in an appropriate attire. Like, yes, it's cute, but like just to like for coverage reasons, for safety reasons of like clothing mishaps, I wish they would have like put more thought into that and like been like more comfortable clothing so that those issues wouldn't have happened. And I was like, oh, that must have been like so like kind of uncomfortable though, in my opinion, like when you don't feel like secure in your own clothes. And I feel like I've mentioned this before in other performances where like, wow, they really put them in a lot of like short skirts. And I'm like, I wish they would make them a little bit longer, or maybe like put again like a pair of like Spanx or something, like, or like tights or something underneath, or like pants, or like layer it over pants or whatever. So that was my only like issue with the dance, like the original dance practice, that I didn't get to fully mention because I was like thinking it, or I was about to say it, but then I got distracted by something else. But I think that's where I like this, like these costumes a little bit more, like this dance practice a little bit more, because I think the only downside obviously would be it's like I said, it's probably hot. Like if they did the dance practice more than once in this costume and these pajamas. But at least it was more secure for them in terms of like costume wise, like, you know, so they can avoid like outfit mishaps and that, and there's nothing showing that doesn't need to be showing, you know? But yeah, overall it was really cute. Again, I wish I could have seen what Yoona would have done or would have worn for this, but I also like that the different kind of like, like, I feel like we always see like a dinosaur. I think a dinosaur shark, a penguin. But I feel like for the most part, I think the only one that I hadn't seen before, like as a animal PJ, was the flying squirrel. That was a first for me. I have seen a squirrel, I have seen a hamster, but never a flying squirrel. So I like that one. I think that was my favorite outfit out of all of the ones that they had. But they all really look cute. I think everyone's kind of like matched like their vibe. Again, I wish I could have seen what Yuna's would have been. But yeah, I do have aside from this, I am going to be watching another video right now, like in the same video of them dancing it, like in one, I think it's for like a Japan like event or promotion of it. I do have that, and then after this, I will be listening to the Swishy Japanese version, and then also is it like BB? Is it Baby Baby? Like, is that how you pronounce it? I don't know, like the B-side that's like a new one from the Unisparkle album, and then I will be also watching from the same performance of the GimmeSummer OT8 performance event that they did, like in that video too, because I don't want to watch it right now because I want to get first impressions of that song. But yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and move on to the next video. Also, she was like in this group over here. Also, this is her part. Cute. Oh, that's her part. Okay. Oh, so they changed it, so it's just, oh! Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Okay, I figured this is where her, like, because even in the, I think in the animated version, and I think I also said whenever I watched the MV, that whenever they, at the very ending pose, whenever it's like, Hyunju like holding the phone trying to take a group selfie, I was like, it looks like there's like a missing spot here. Maybe she would have been like Yoona would have been here, and I'm like, sure enough, that's kind of where they put her, I think. Okay, glad that we can see like what parts like were hers and like how they kind of somewhat changed the choreo. But what I already noticed is that I think the only part that she had like in the front line was the part where her and Jelly are doing like the same like choreo like in the front like with them two. And that makes sense because obviously they couldn't give her too many front parts, or they had to rearrange it. So maybe like, or I don't know like what happened if they had already came out with the choreo mid whenever she was on hiatus. So then they probably went, okay, well, we're gonna like obviously like have two different versions of the choreo, but to be on the safe side, we're gonna probably put her mostly in the background. That way, if she is like, obviously she has one part in the front, right? But that way, like if she's like still missing by the time they still are doing like promoting it, then it won't be so noticeable that there's obviously supposed to be someone in the front. So usually, again, they really are like smart, like whoever choreographs, like they kind of like have to, you know, keep that in mind if like they already let them know midway of them making the choreo, or if they already had that in mind because they had made the choreo before she or after she had already went on hiatus. But either way, like it was nice to see like the OT8 version and see like again what parts like her singing were. And I know she for the most part I feel like we don't get to hear a lot of Yoona. I think they're always like small parts for her, or they're usually rapping parts. But since this song isn't one that's rap based or has a lot of rap parts, there were like I think she only had like two or three like main points of her like having like a solo part. And then I think that also has to do with what they were like the whole situation of her like being on hiatus too, because they had to keep that in mind. And they already had they already had pre-recorded. Everyone has told me like, oh, she's on the album. It's just like for the MV, like she missed out on like filming the MV. And I'm like, okay, understandably so again, there's not much you can do in that situation whenever you've already either prepared it or in the middle preparing for a comeback and a member ends up having to miss out on parts of it because they take a unplanned like hiatus. So again, I think she did pretty well overall. The song, like the choreo is a little bit hard because there is a lot of like details like per the usual, but I'm glad that she was able to like, you know, catch up and, you know, fall in pretty quickly with the choreo and like the vibes of the song, because I think this is very like bubbly like her as well. Like a lot of the members all really suit this song, so it's just really cute. But I am happy to see her back. I am excited to see the other or the B-side and also the swishy Japanese version, like how it differs. And obviously, again, like the performance for the, I think, like I said, is it Baby Baby? Is that what it is? Or is that how you pronounce it? Because it's like BBY. But I'll be doing that in a different video for like my first listening of those two songs, because those are the only two. One of them is obviously like a Japanese version, so I kind of want to hear the difference of the swishy like in that version. And then obviously the Baby is like the newbie side that I haven't heard, so that's why I'm going to do those in a separate video, and then also with the performance of that song. But I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I shall see you in the next one.